Remember when I said so much of the stuff I do is just kind of like, hey, I wonder about. Well, here is a prime example. I've got these pork chops, and I thought, ooh, I've got the pork panko. Oh, and I thought to myself, you got some eggs, and you got some panko. Let's have a little fun. So I said, all right. Don't have to tell me twice. So, and this is some pork chops that I had separated and froze. So now I'm going to stick some water in here and rinse them off a little bit. Get some of the red juice out of there. Give them a nice rinse. We're going to make 2 packs. And this is, like I said, this is just kind of how I roll. Never know what I'm going to do. So, let's just see how things go down. I have some that cow suet over there, the cow fat in my cast iron skillet heating up. So, we're going to see how this works. You just get over here for now. So, this is how it's going to go down. I'm going to pull out a chop. I'm going to dip it in the egg. Can you see that? Yep. Am I doing it right? Who knows? Does it matter? Nah. Anybody else going to eat it? Nah. Is I going to eat it? Heck yeah. Now, I'm going to take this and I'm going to go stick it in the skillet over here. Take another one. And I'll show you the skillet in a few minutes. Get this one all in here. Dip her down in there. I don't have any seasonings in here. Just straight up pork rinds. But you know, they have salt on them. So, salt will be part of it. The seasoning that's in there. But I can always salt them a little more if I need to. Another pork chop. Put this in here. Again, using that cow fat for oil, and then some of that fat fries up and has a good flavor. I'm kind of mushing it down. It doesn't matter if it's 100% perfectly covered. That's all right if it ain't. Because it's just me. And I don't sweat the small stuff when it comes to my food. Get some more of this in here. Yeah. When I had talked about buying this stuff, what is this? Pork panko. The consistency of it is kind of powder. Definitely more consistent than when I make my own. But it's still, it gathers in hunks, so to speak, but they break right apart as soon as you touch them. So it's not like those big pieces like when you do it yourself. All right. So those 4 are ready. How about I move you over and I'll show you what I'm doing. Whoa, don't get seasick on me. So there's, well, my phone rang. And you've only missed me. I've been flipping and flopping and flipping and flopping the pork steaks. But they're looking, or pork chops, sorry, pork chops. They're looking real good over there. I did add probably about 2 or 3 tablespoons of ghee to get a little more, liquid in there to fry them with. And let me show you. They're not covered all the way. They're not like here. Some of the stuff falls off, but I don't care. It's going to taste good. I'll get enough of that in each bite. So that's that. I'm going to add some more ghee in here, maybe, because I need to fry. I've got another set ready to fry. Yeah. Get back, puppy. I don't know, that much is what I'm adding first. That ain't enough. I'm going to add that much again. Oh, there, that much again. So it's about twice that's what I added. Now I'll let that kind of get in there and melt. Oh, smart, I'd get those pieces out of there, the pieces of that panko, but yeah, being smart's overrated. So here's the next set. I'm gonna put these in here. I'll just kind of scatter them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now I'm just taking that and kind of beating it over the lid, or beating it on the edge. So to give you an idea, for breakfast I had 2 boiled eggs, and I had 3 of those sausages that I showed you a couple videos ago. And for lunch, I'll show you what I had for lunch. This is what I made, I think it was last weekend, when I made that meatloaf. Trying to get out of the light. That was just, it had hamburger, some minced onion, and some seasonings, and I pushed it down in a 9x13 and then baked it. And so that's what I take for my lunch. I had enough yesterday, Monday, Tuesday, and tomorrow will be Wednesday. So I'll need 2 lunches this week, which is why, I'm making another round of this. So this right here will be my supper. So that's what I'm eating in a day. So just to give you an idea how much I'm eating. Oh, and I did add a little salt to those. The ones over there that are done. Add a little salt and a little garlic salt. And I didn't, but I'll put a little no salt on there. Yeah. So now I'll get those cooking and I'll show you what they look like when they're done. They'll look just golden. They'll look golden just like these. See how pretty and golden they are? Let me see. Down up there. Look at that. It just flakes right off. And we're going to make a gravy for this when it's done. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Don't you fast forward. Hold your horses. Something else I drink, because I drink water. I also bought some of these LaCroix. They're sparkling water, naturally enhanced. They don't have any sweetener or anything in them. They taste pretty nasty, but it's how they carbonate them. And so what I have found is I put a straw in there. It's something about that carbonation in it that makes them taste gross. And maybe it's my brain because carbonation means a sweet drink, soda, even though I drank diet, but still even sweetener. So I try to get a lot of that carbonation out of there, and then that's much better. It still isn't perfect. It's not like drinking a diet orange soda, but they have all kinds of flavors, and you know, it's good. It doesn't really mess with your blood sugar and doesn't cause any issues. I don't have any strong cravings afterwards. So, so yeah, they work pretty well. I'm gonna go on and flip these bad boys. Yeah. All right. I'll catch you back in about 4 or 5 minutes. All right. Here's how we're looking. Nice and golden on both sides. I'm going to set this out and let it cool down before I cut it like I do. I'm going to show you here. This is kind of how I do things. I'm weird. I know this. I readily admit that I'm weird. And this is what I do a lot of times to my steaks and stuff. I let this cool, and now it's in bite-sized pieces. So now, when I'm done with the gravy, I'll be able to pour it over, and I'll be able to take myself into the living room and watch TV and eat my supper. Now, you know, for those of you who have a spouse and you all like to eat at your table and you know, eat like a fancy person. Ow! Well, that's all right too. Ow! Dang, that was my eyeball. Okay now. Here now. Here now. Getting a little out of control. Maybe we're going to turn down just a little bit. Anyway, so, you know, maybe normal people don't do that, and that's all right. Everybody's got to do what works for them. But that's just kind of how I roll, and something that I do. Because I can also play a video game while I'm eating, and whatever I want to do, but I don't have to sit there and cut up my food while I'm eating. So, going to add, remember I always say I'm about 99% carnivore. So I'm adding just some minced garlic, good old generic, you know, Great Value brand. So that's part of my 1%. And I don't do this every day. I don't do it every time. But, you know, it's kind of what I'm craving tonight. And so I'm just kind of letting my body tell me what it's hungry for. So, little of this, little of that. That's what I'm craving. What else we got in here? Oh, let's put a pinch of red wine vinegar. Why? I don't know. Is vinegar carnivore? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't even know what vinegar is made out of. So probably not. But, you know, it just sounds good to me in the moment. If you're keto, what I used to do a lot of was add red wine or balsamic wine. No, not balsamic wine. That's vinegar. Red wine, sherry, white wine. The wines are really good to deglaze your skillet, but that vinegar just deglazed my skillet right there. So now I'm just kind of, there's all that is the leftover ghee. So now we're going to pour in. No, we're not. Yeah, we are. We're going to pour in some of this heavy whipping cream. This is Carnivore. Again, that heavy cream is not something I use every day or every meal or, you know, all the time, because, you know, if you think about it, dairy, milk, that's what's used to make a baby grow. Baby cow, milk makes them grow. Baby human, their mama's milk makes them grow, helps them get all that baby fat. So I really don't use it, you know, but a couple times a week. But it sure sounded good. So now I'm going to reduce this, and I'll show you reducing it, and then I'm going to add some cheese to it. And it's Gouda cheese, so I'll add that to it too. We ain't going to be pooping for days. I'm just kidding. It's not thick enough, but that's about where it's at. Hang on, let me see. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and add the Gouda cheese. I bought you know, you can buy a round of cheese, a block. It wasn't a square block, it was one of those rounds at Walmart. So I got one of those of Gouda. I think it's smoked Gouda maybe, I don't know. But anyway, so I cut it up in a whole bunch of slices, and then I put it in a Ziploc bag and stuck it in the freezer. And that is that. And then I went ahead and cut up my second pork chops. One good thing about it is I found, hang on, let me show you. You know, I told you I'll take this and heat it up later, but if you look, like this one has some red spot, not quite all the way done. You know, I know that's kind of sketchy when it comes to pork. Same with that, it's got a little pink on it. So what I'll do is I'll make that one the one I eat later, because when I microwave it for a couple minutes, that'll heat that up and that'll kind of cook that a little bit more. So anyway, so now while the cheese is melting and the heavy cream is reducing and that red vinegar is vinegaring, and there's still some, you know, that the pork rind panko, some of it fell off, so that's down in there too, so that'll give it a little extra flavor and consistency. Oh yeah, that tastes yum. I'll let it go a few more minutes. Set that for 5 minutes and we'll check back then. And here we are. I've cut up both of them. I'm going to remember the one closest to you is the one that has some pork that's not all the way, well, it's pink anyway, so to me it's not done. So, got our fancy bechamel sauce, pouring that over it. I'm pouring it over this one, along with the bits of the pork rinds that fell off. This is always the hardest part because of it's heavy. Now Now, by George, what I'll do is I'll put a lid on that. And yes, I have it in plastic. And no, I'm not worried that I'm going to die. I know they talk about all that BPA and whatever else stuff, and well, I don't know. Will I die from it? Maybe. Could I be hit by a truck tomorrow? Maybe. So anyway, I'll put this in my refrigerator and I'll heat this one up tomorrow. And that's what I'll have. And this is what I'll have tonight. And that's what you got. I don't know, breaded pork chops with Gouda, cheese, gravy, whatever. That's what we got. And I hear the dogs howling, so that's my cue to go see what they're doing. I'll throw a little bonus footage in here for you for how I clean my cast iron. I've got my sprayer, and I got my water on hot, so I can break as much loose as possible. That's all I'm going to get loose. So, got my Dawn. I got this. I just kind of go in circles. All up the inside. And then I'll turn it over and scrape it. How we're looking. Maybe. And then, while it's soapy, this is where I poured it from. That's that spout. So I want to make sure I wipe that really good. And then I got my hand sprayer. Spraying. Now, there's probably if I had like a little, which I do have, I just didn't do it. I have like a little, it's those basins they send you home from the hospital in. Now I'm using this one. And you're going to see just how quick, if you're willing to spend some time at the front end of your cast iron and get your skillets really good and seasoned, and you don't have to do as much work every day. So I brought home these skillets from my mom's several years ago, and this one was one of my ones of my great grandma and my grandma, and it's smooth as glass, but I stripped it and I re-seasoned it and I re-seasoned it and I re-seasoned it over and over. And it is, I'm telling you, it's just smooth. Look how silky smooth that is. So now what I do is dry it out with a paper towel. Get any extra out of there. Now let me turn you and I'll show you. Don't be getting sick on me. I'm gonna put it face down right there on that thingy. Right there. I'll put that on medium for 15 minutes. And that'll be good and dry. And I don't put anything in it until I'm ready to use it again. And then I put some, ghee or suet or whatever. So that's how I do my cast iron, and it has done me well for, oh my, like I said, 5-6 years, and it did my grandma and great grandma well before I came along. So I usually just set my timer here, 15 minutes. So my oven timer I don't hear so well. So anyway, so I just let it sit there, and then I'm not gonna bring you back for that part. But when it's done, I turn the oven off, or the stove, sorry, not oven, I turn the stove off and let it cool back down, and that's that. And then it'll sit upside down till I cook again. Probably not tomorrow, because I got tomorrow. So probably Thursday, I'll flip it back over and start using it. And in the meantime, it's gonna sit right there. So that's how I cook, and that's how I clean, and that's how I take care of my cast iron.